I mean, look, if he actually cared about his cousin, he wouldn't have put the story out, because I bet you his cousin is probably bragging to all his inmate friends for years and years. Yo, man, my cousin's Kanye. Yeah, no, that Kanye. Yeah, you know, I heard this song first when he was working on the studio, blah, blah. Next thing you know, I gave my cousin head. And then we're going to be looking at him
time
like...
in the canteen that day. I get it. But here's the reality about that, Vlad.
It was a rough day for his cousin that day in prison, let me tell you.
This is why I always say to people, hey, listen, if you're going to love Ye, you got to love Ye for everything, not for what you selectively pick, right? Everybody likes to, George Bush don't care about black people. But just remember, only a few years later in 2011, and even when people were shocked about him showing up in a KKK mask or KKK outfit, he had a song in 2011 called Black Skinhead, and it literally said black with 3 Ks, and where it said skinhead had 3 Ks, and the cover art was a black hood. Like, he's been putting in your face, pause, for literally over 15 years.
Well, yeah, he also had the Confederate flag thing. It was merch.
Okay, but the point of what I'm saying is that, I keep seeing people who they're like, oh, nah, this is the one. I can't fuck with him no more. Oh, my God. You should have been hopped off the bandwagon. You should have been tuned him out. Ye hasn't been trying to give the messages that's pandering to nobody for a very, very long time, right? So this entire thing with the cousins thing, I always tell people like, yo, you might want to tune in and out to the eras of Ye, because Ye might get on some, I want to bring back real hip hop or change the sound again, and he might make some amazing music that is maybe the subject matter that you want to hear him make music about. Clearly right now he's going through things about not only dealing with with issues that's stemming from his own childhood, but also dealing with the childhood of his own children and him trying to get custody. And I see fans who are like, they're upset about certain stuff, and I'm like, I think this is a true definition of art. Now, also, here's the thing too, as you said, if he cared about his cousin, Kanye has also showed us, right? Yeah, obviously, right? He showed us for years that when he is at the liberty of expressing his truth, he's not also in the business of caring about other people's feelings.
Right.
Right? For example, when he felt the way about Jay-Z, and he went up on that stage right before he got hospitalized years ago when he was on tour, and he says, Jay-Z want to kill me, and he got ninjas outside, all that type of stuff. He says his truth. And for me, I could appreciate someone who says that, even though, will I admit, Ye is volatile, and, you probably have to deal with him in a certain way where, he has some isms, right? Like, when you talk to Ye, he'll make many references that God is him. And for me, I grew up in a Christian church. To me, that's blasphemy right there. You know what I mean? If you, I know some other people look at it different. Like, well, we're all in the image of God. Like, I don't like nobody thinking they're God. Me personally, but other people might look at it different.
Well, but he called his album Jesus, so you can't really.
I never liked that either.
Yeah, but that's, like I said, he's been saying this kind of thing for years. I mean, he went on live stream recently.
So you're proving my point. So I've liked him despite him doing those things, because I could differentiate, and I could be like, hey, listen, I have some discernment to say, when you're on that, I'll tune out. When you're on that, though, you give me that blood on the leaves, you give me that, I'm rocking with you.
Yeah.
And that's how I still, love his music, and I pick and choose and figure out what, I could enjoy from him, and I still think he's the greatest artist of all time.